Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Choco the Chocobo, and I am back, and I am playing some more hardcore TDM. Still the same lobby, still the same old stuff. Just because, again, I feel like I think I'm actually growing quite well in this game. Now, I did want to try two things. Number one, I want to try using a sniper rifle because I'm curious. Like, I'm going to stick this out no matter how badly this goes, which I'm assuming it's going to go absolutely god awfully. I can imagine how the SVU and stuff like that would be an amazing pick, actually, in hardcore. Bolt's action, probably not the way to go, although if I probably shoot any part of their body, they'll just explode into 1,000 pieces, because bolt action does ludicrous amounts of damage. Whoa, my aim. Like, my aim. I have no friends. Good God, that was awful. That guy was just like, what in the world was that? Oh, no, I saw him, too. But yeah, we're going to try to use the DSR, and if, for those of you who are like, I've kind of been curious about this myself, whatever I do, like, assume that you do about twice better, because I am really, really bad at quick engagements with the DSR. I am literally one of the worst people you'll ever see in it. It's actually quite bad, but it's something I'm working on as well. Even okay, right there, like that's probably the highlight of this game, right there. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. That's probably the highlight. And I need to not be super stationary because I did not want to play like that for this. Because one thing I wasn't sure about was in hardcore, right? In TDM core, if you run around with a DSR, if you pull off your shot, it's still most likely going to be a kill, one-shot kill. But, every now and then you get some tags, which are frustrating and stuff. But I was wondering how much of an effect it has to have your... what kind of effect it has on your game whenever you have a really strong but slow reload weapon. My guess is that it's going to be pretty atrocious. And I'm sure that's not a surprise to anyone here that's like, yeah, obviously, duh, Bonehead Choco. But how much of a handicap is it? Because, ooh, hello, phone, how are you doing? I did not think I gave you permission to alert me about those kinds of things, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see like how big of a penalty it is, because that means certain kinds of playstyles would suffer immensely from using these kinds of weapons. Oh man, right there, I swear I was clicking that entire time. That was actually really weird. I was not a fan. But let's go ahead and turn that corner, baby. Oh, he's... Oh man, yeah, the problem is, okay. Now actually... If I could do this as a, teaching moment, because, obviously qualified to teach, but one thing that I do think this will emphasize and hopefully be something to consider for Advanced Warfare, because they did say that they were going to adjust this, is toughness, right? Now, a lot of people have always suggested to me in the comment section, everywhere, just about everywhere under the sun, Twitch chat, everything else, they say, Chocobo, listen, we think that you should use toughness, because toughness will help you win gunfights. You'll be more accurate while your recoil is going all over the place. Like right now, your gun control is it's just absolutely garbage. And it's so true, because my gun control isn't great. Well, okay, I'm going to split gun control into two different parts. My recoil control, I think, is okay. I honestly don't think my recoil control is that bad. But what I do agree is not good is whenever I go into gunfights, my aim tends to start scattering all over the place. It's not really consistent, which, that's just a flaw of what kind of player I am. And hopefully if I play more and more and more, I get better and better and better. That's kind of the general goal. But at the same time, I do understand that that's not really my playstyle, right? Again, I'm a positional player, and I've been kind of harping on this a little bit more often as of late, but it is something to consider. Your playstyle is a huge part of how you play the game, but if toughness is nerfed in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, one thing to seriously consider is, like, whenever I'm using this DSR, right, you can tell what kind of window of opportunity they have to fight back between shots, right? And that would be a huge deal in terms of, like, oh, if you had toughness, you wouldn't flinch so much, you would be able to line up your next shot, it would be beautiful, it would be pretty. But it's obviously not going to work if you are flinching all over the place, but you may end up seeing that flinch has a much more pronounced effect on people in Advanced Warfare. So definitely something to consider whenever you're moving forward, so you can get on your A game as soon as the game releases, because on console especially, The flinch, depending upon how strong the aim assist is, and I'm assuming it's going to be right in line with the other Call of Duty, the other Call of Duty titles. You can probably expect that if the flinch from toughness is going to be still like not bad, but not great, right? You're going to still be suffering a little bit more than, let's say, you were in Black Ops 2. You can probably expect yourself to want to stress certain different kinds of things, right? Like I said this early on in Ghost. In Ghost, the one thing that Ghosts will, like, you can actually do on Ghost really consistently and will pay off for you in dividends, like it will absolutely crush for you, is if you play Ghost with a pack mentality, right? If you move together in a big cluster, not like super like, oh, LOL, we're all hugging each other forever and ever, BFFs, like tattoo our names on each other. Like, if you play, in a relatively close-knit group, you benefit a lot more. In Black Ops 2, if you play in a close-knit group, you run a couple of risks. The first risk being, and I'm very glad the teammate just went in there because I do not want to watch that door. Oh gosh. Oh no! The crossbow! Oh man, I'm second on our team. That is not a good sign. But, No? Okay. What was I saying? I just completely derped and blanked. I completely forgot what I was saying. Herp? I honestly just, train of thought, boom, just exploded all over the place. What was I saying? I know I was talking about flinch and stuff for a while. Oh, no, Ghost. Right. So, pack mentality. Man, that was like the biggest brain fart of a while. It is 5 in the morning, in fairness. But yeah, the pack mentality thing. In Ghost, you would benefit a lot from being closer together, from playing in more of a squad format. Because I think that's the way they kind of envisioned the game as going out. And by the way, this was obviously a terrible game. I haven't been playing great by any stretch of the imagination in like the context of hardcore, but whatever. I think that was a lot worse in general. But anyways, outside of that, Ghosts, the game itself is still mechanically not terribly different, right? You can actually look at one of Drifter's videos. He posted this cool thing about time to kill, and it's there's some like rounding and frame rate things that he brings up, but in general, it's kind of like he said that he found it kind of surprising that the time to kills weren't that disparate, and I think we're gonna try 5.7 next because 5.7 is Bay. And no, I cry every time. All right, whatever. But if you take the time to kills, it's not drastically different, right? And he kind of puts it as like it would be a very minute difference. It would be kind of minor. Maybe people are more sensitive to it than people would think. But in general, it's not that. Statistically speaking, it's not that different. So what ends up being weird? Obviously, the spawns were kind of wonky, and they still continue to be wonky. But it does reward you for playing in a group because it has a better chance of you responding from attacks. And so I kind of said, I was like, yeah, this kind of feels weird because like the lanes are different, all that stuff. Your ability to look at a situation and then convert that information, translate the information in your own head to how that would then bring advantages to you and what weaknesses that brings to light is very important. And so, again, something definitely interesting to consider. Just because of the fact that if you do think those kinds of things through, and a lot of these thoughts come from a lot of these thoughts do kind of come about from just playing different modes and stuff like that. It really does call to attention all kinds of details that you may not have even thought about before. But oh no! Oh, I got killed by a different person entirely. Huh, I don't even know who killed me, honestly. That was kind of strange. Alright, let's poke out this side. Teammate, please, I fan. Alright. Toss this EMP. Hopefully we'll get a hit marker. Yes, we did. So... Alright, we got a guy that's kind of zooming around in there. Ooh, that was really close, teammate. I am very sorry. I'm really nervous. The one thing I really don't want to do in hardcore is shoot a teammate that's on a streak. Because I know how frustrating that is. That is honestly one of the worst feelings in the world. Because it's just like, I got killed by someone that I shouldn't have been worried about. Gun control is certainly an interesting stuff. Although I was actually thinking about this. One thing that might actually be a really bad thing about playing hardcore is most people will hesitate just that little itty bitty bit to confirm the target, and that split second hesitation does not exist in core. So maybe that's going to have some negative impact. I was thinking like, awareness, blah blah blah, but, and the giant butt, like an anaconda booty butt. Oh no, KSG'd. Actually, that would be a fun gun to use in this, but the hesitation would definitely play a factor, I think. And I just concussed myself. Nope, concussed. Oh, this guy underneath us, I guess. Strange. Alright, teammate. I am a friend. Please do not shoot me. Oh, no. But, although I always still say this. For positional play, I can't imagine there being very much else I can do that would be better than learning what areas are good routes and what areas are pick routes, because pick routes are still good. So if I'm still able to rifle off a good number of shots, still should be pretty dandy. Alright, ooh, I botched that throw so hard. What was I doing with my life? Honest to God, what was I doing with my life right there? I don't even know. I don't even think I have a job anymore. Like, oh, right behind me. But yeah, it's gonna be something very interesting to kind of. I'm actually gonna be kind of curious to see what kind of benefits I get out of this. Honestly, there's no real like good way I think to measure it in the case of me. Like I'm not gonna sit down there and be like, all right, well, the time to kill was on average about this much longer, and we went ahead and measured it from 3 different points and took the average, and then well, here's our standard deviation based off our statistical pool. I'm not going to do that, but I think that I will be able to kind of feel it. I'm hoping, because if you can't feel it, honestly, so much of COD is more of a mental game, which is really weird. But yeah, you'd think it's more about reflexes. No, not really. It's mostly a mental game. If you're not thinking clearly, if you're not thinking calm and collect, you're going to have some major issues. Oh man, my aim though. The one thing that makes this super, super painful for me, and actually this is probably the best thing I'll get out of this, doing this whole hardcore thing, because I am using the 5.7 right now, my pride gets a little bit hurt whenever I don't land a shot, because I know that these shots, they do so much damage, and the 5.7 should really shine here, because the damage is usually the thing that draws it back, but the damage is just high enough that, and the way I rifle them off, this should be an amazing gun for hardcore. So I am actually kind of salty that I'm not getting the production. Ooh, got a hit marker, and down he goes.
One in our kitchen.
Oh no! He just bull rushed me and I wrecked my face. Alright. Oh no! Wow, that guy just got a triple. That's roof, boys. Oh man, I think they're going to pick up another win here. Another W. I don't want it. No! Alright, so, man, 5.7 surprisingly not the gun for me. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great though. It definitely is a massive improvement, obviously, over the whatchamacallit, the DSR, but still. Alright, we're gonna go back to something I think a little bit more conventional. Let's go with an assault rifle this time. I think I'm gonna go with the AN-94 because the AN-94 is kind of the staple AK replacement, right? Decent damage, not necessarily the greatest anything else, but the damage is where it really comes in. It's a slower firing, relatively accurate, but super strong. Yeah, this whatever it says. Oh, that's not what I thought. But the damage should be like M8A1. This one is a single shot. Scar is really high damage, but yeah, it's right up there, and the fire rate's right up there, so it's actually a really good gun. But let me just put on. Yeah, I'll put on hybrid optics, and that's just because I can unlock more stuff, honestly. But yeah, that should be fun. All right, cool. So we'll play one more. It's going to go for a little bit of a longer one today, just because of the fact that I'm a little bit salty that I lost the 5.7. Not gonna lie, might be a bit salty about that, but this has actually been. I think the more I play hardcore, this is definitely not something I would want to do in replacement of core. Dear God, no. But this would be something that is a little bit fun to do as a change of pace, because I'm actually having a pretty good time with it. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I will literally be so sad if you guys are just like, this was the worst week of my life. Honestly, Chocobo, you just kind of made me want to just crawl into a hole. Like, honestly, what were you thinking? I'll be like, I crawl every time. Alright, let's see. Got nades flying every which way. And I don't know about you guys, but this hybrid sight, anything that has like this ACOG like crosshair thing, like a legitimately large crosshair, it makes me feel like I'm playing such a tactical game. I actually thought to myself the other day, I'm playing like, I actually changed my playstyle just the tiniest of bits, but I do play more like I'm playing Tom Clancy or something. It's really weird. Oh man, some pretty decent action. And teammate just went out under there. So let's go ahead and loop back. Alright. Pop that UAV. Yeah, it's definitely, hardcore is definitely more about that higher damage, you know, relatively consistent fire rate that's not necessarily high, but high enough that it can make up for a missed shot with a follow-up shot. Definitely. Really? From behind? How did I not even notice you? I wonder if he's running Ghost. Ah, man. Like, all my salty tears. But it is definitely, this is definitely a better gun choice. And that should actually, yeah. I wonder if that's actually why, like, really, like, for example, if you take, you take Kenny or Preston, I'm sure they would much rather use an AN-94 than a lot of guns that I would prefer. Because I like to put more bullets down range, but they like these guns because they have such good payout for the early part, right? It makes your flinch go higher depending on the damage done, I think. And then you also have, like, just, it wrecks you. Like, they can absolutely drop you so quickly, they don't even have time to react, which I think might be the reason why they like it, so. Most curious. And... oh, that was weird. That waviness, it was almost like the... it was like a Guardian wave. I wonder if it was just like heat. It was just like a visual effect that was just kind of neato canito. Yeah, look, like that damage output is just really nice. It's just high enough, I think the 2 shots in hardcore does it for most people. Oh gosh. Oh no, Hedwig. Oh, really? It stopped beeping, so I was like, oh, I'm safe. Nah, dude. You're still gonna get wrecked by this Hedwig. This Hedwig's out for blood. Friggin' Voldemort boys. It's still... oh, I said boys. Damn. But, yeah. Hedwig's out for vengeance. Why do I keep saying boys? Honestly. Gals. You know what? I'm just gonna try to say gals every time instead. Just to be just super, super careful about the way I'm using words. Words. Ooh, teammate, are you alive or dead? You are very much alive, because you have another buddy right there with you, but I can't tell that because I have no mini-map. Not the mouse. And... yeah, like these picks. Whoa, God. Oh. Oh, so rude. So incredibly rude. I think there's a guy up here. No, that's teammate. Huh. Oh, I dropped that one, dude. Oh, I saw another one. Scampering about. Yeah? Oh, no way! Oh no, we're behind now! No! What happened? We were doing okay. What happened? Things took a turn for the worse, and I don't know why. Alright, we're getting closer. This is actually a really tight game. Wow, this is actually really intense feeling. For a TDM, this feels really intense. Granted, I kind of did put more emphasis on this match. Oh! Ring around the rosy moments happen so much more in hardcore. Alright, let's see. Dang. Aim. Bad. Oh, we lost by 1 point.
Well, I stole it.
Oh. Oh, 1 point. Couldn't do it. Oh, man. And the sad thing is our team actually didn't do that badly. We had 2 people that were 6 down. Which makes sense, right? Because your KDs can't be that disparate. But dang. Ah. Oh. Salt. Anyways, hopefully the next one will be better. If you guys did enjoy it, be sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And, of course, comment down below about what you're kind of going on in your head and how you're feeling about this whole thing. Because maybe it's something definitely to keep in consideration for the future. But anyways, I will see you guys next time. Ciao for now.